Hey everybody, I'm Chef Byron.
And I'm Chris.
And you're chopping it up with the Fuego Brother. Yes, I am excited.
And I'm super excited. We have a special guest for you today. Who do we have?
Let's your guest.
Here's your mentor. You introduce him.
I'm about to fail. Okay.
Those boots.
Hey, that's another story. Listen, I got my chef from back in the day when I was in culinary school. This is my man, my mentor, my dog. Everybody put your hands together. Put your hands together. For the world famous, and I mean around the world. He's been around the world so much, he could be an international spy. You don't see that. But listen, but put your hands together for my main man, Chef Zadi.
Come in, Chef.
Come on, man. Bring it on in here.
Hi guys, what's up? Good to see you guys. All the joy, we're gonna have fun today. I'm Chef Zadi, by the way.
Yes, Chef Zadi. Here, Chef Zadi. So, Chef, talk to us, man. Talk to us.
Oh, I'm gonna talk to you.
Let's start. Tell the people out there a little bit about yourself.
Okay, guys, that's the long story. I'm gonna try to make it short, okay? Pretty much my background, I was born in Lyon, which is considered the capital of the French gastronomy. That's where I did my culinary classes, and then I moved to Paris, where I happily graduated from culinary school. It was tough, okay? But I did it. Okay, on the other part, that's pretty much about what we're gonna be making today. My parents are from North Africa, exactly Algeria, okay? So I basically learned all the North African side from my mom. And you know, French trained, there is not that many. There is a few that are French trained from North African background parents, and that add a little richness to actually everything we do. Okay, today we'll talk about harissa, we'll talk about ras el hanout, we'll talk about the spices that we're using. It should be really fun.
Oh yes.
I guarantee that.
All right. So today we're going to make a North African chicken torta. Okay. And our inspiration was Chef Zadi from his restaurant, Revolutionario. You can find all the information about his restaurant down below. All right. So he's blending the North African, the French, the Latin, cuisine all in one, isn't he, Byron?
Yes.
Yeah. It was completely awesome, okay? So what we want to do is try a little something. So we came up with this, okay? All right, so to start off, I'm gonna have to cut up a few veggies. I'm gonna start with cutting up some red onion. And this is gonna be used later, but we wanna just get it out of the way. So we're gonna take our knife, slice it in half, and just get to slicing down. I'm gonna cut about a 1/4 inch thick, some nice pretty slices. The next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slice up some lettuce. Slice that baby in half. So nice. Try to keep it thin. If you have a big head of lettuce, just go ahead and cut it in half. Makes it a little easier to manage. To season our chicken, we have the North African spices, and what we're gonna do is just make a nice little paste for it. We're gonna start with some salt, some black pepper, some garlic powder, got some caraway seeds here, some cumin. For the last part, a lot I found in my research of the North African cuisine, you have a lot of heat.
Yeah.
A lot of pepper in there, okay? And so I'm gonna be using Chef Zadi's famous harissa paste. You wanna tell me a little something about the paste?
Yeah. So, what is red harissa? It's basically dry chile. Okay? Here in California, beautiful weather, you can find any of those chile anywhere. I'm talking chile de árbol, chile de Mexico, chile de California. Those are the small one, and then you have the bigger one. You can buy them. It's dry. You have the seeds on. I used to actually strain the seeds after I processed the harissa, but my arm got too tired. But anyway, here is the trick for the harissa. You get your chili, warm water, you're gonna rehydrate them, okay? Then, what I usually do, under the fire, directly under the fire, tomato, onion, red bell pepper, okay? The thing is, we're dealing with so much heat with the chili itself, you have to kind of balance the heat, okay? So, then, after I charcoal all those, I put them back in the pot, okay? I'm gonna add garlic, I'm gonna add orange, okay? And just let it rehydrate until it becomes almost like a paste.
Yes.
Okay. Of course, our best friend is the Ras El Hanout. Okay, it's a spice mixture of North Africa that have. Sometimes it can have like more than 30 different spices. Okay, the rosebud, the fennel, the garlic powder, the onion powder, the turmeric, the paprika, the light dark chili powder, the dark chili powder. There is no recipe for it. It's just the color that you get.
Right.
Okay. So then I add a little Ras El Hanout. Let it cook for about like 45 minutes to an hour until if the onions are cooked, you just take a knife, go through it. If it goes through, it's pretty much done. That means everything else is done. The tomato, the garlic, everything. So now, what you have to do. Make sure it's not too liquidy. You can actually strain all the solid from the liquid and then process it. But you're gonna have to keep a little bit of that liquid in order to have it not too dry.
Right.
Okay? It needs a little bit of consistency. So, and then you process everything in the food processor until a smooth paste. Okay? And then olive oil, salt and pepper, you're done with it. Okay, it doesn't take too many ingredients. They're pretty easy to find here. Make your own. And if you have time, you can strain it through a china cup or a sieve or whatever. If you don't like the seeds in it, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and then what I found, it's a very powerful paste in itself. Very flavorful, but very powerful. And for that, like you said, you have to kind of tone it down. And because you're using so many different peppers, almost not one harissa is the same. They're almost kind of different.
You're right. That's a good point. So I tested some bad one. I realized that before I make my own, there was some bad one in the market, and I'm not being pretentious. Okay, Chris was talking about the heat. Okay, we are in America, right? This is LA. Everybody does whatever they want. Okay, and sometimes when it's too spicy, guess what I add to it? You're gonna laugh.
What?
Ketchup! I swear I do.
So I'm gonna take his paste here, okay? And we're gonna add it here, and this will be according to your taste. If you like spicy, add as much as you like. If you want to tone it down, so I'm gonna kind of go in the middle and just add here. And so what I'm doing here, just kind of bring it all together. I'm gonna add enough to kind of make a paste. I want a paste I want it to stick to this chicken.
It's almost gonna be like a wet, dry rub. That's fine.
Right. Exactly. I think we're good to go here. So this is just for the small portion. You make as much as you need for your chicken. If you have a lot, like I do, we have a few people to feed, I'm going to actually make some more. So what I'm gonna do here, I have this chicken. It's thin, it's already mallet, already ready to go. I'm going to take our bowl here, add in a few pieces of chicken. I'm gonna take this wet, dry marinade. That's the best way to explain it. I like that.
Yeah.
And this, if you can use gloves, you're dealing with chilies, you can use gloves. I'm just gonna get in there. So you just wanna mix it up. You wanna make sure that it coats everything here. On to the next step. Chef, I'm gonna wash my hands up.
Okay.
All right, now I got my chef. I'm all dreamy-eyed.
I know.
You're being shy, Byron. It's okay.
Okay.
But we have to put him to work.
I know, right?
It's our show. We gotta put him to work a little bit.
Yes. Okay, now we're gonna have the chef. He's going to cook up the meat. Because Chris did a wonderful job on that marinade. It smells delicious. I wish you guys were here. You could smell the vision. Ooh.
Oh.
Excellent.
What do you think?
Now,
Effort.
yes, there we go. Okay, now, chef is going to cook up the meat. Is the pan hot enough, chef?
Yeah.
Ready?
So, heat up the pan. I heat up the pan just a little bit, just enough olive oil to actually coat the bottom of the pan. Okay? If you always need more, you can always add more. Okay? And because we're gonna caramelize the onion, we're gonna need the fond on the bottom of the pan. That's gonna give it even more flavor. So let's go. My chicken. So you wanna hear that little noise?
That's Byron's favorite sound.
The thing is, it was at room temp, you need to crank up the heat just a little bit, okay? You want a nice sear, you don't want need to look like a boiled chicken, okay?
So when it's thin pieces like this, Chef, there's a lot of people ask me about chicken,
Yeah.
and I know they ask Byron all the time, how long do I cook this chicken? How, and I always say it depends on the thickness. So for something this thin, what was your recommendation?
I would say probably 5 minutes on this side, okay? Here we're dealing with the breast, that's the most tender piece. Okay, the only thing that you have to be careful, if you cook it too much, okay, all the juices just gonna go up in the air and it's gonna be too dry, okay? So I would say less than 10 minutes. So we're gonna develop some flavor and then the soup, which are actually the pound, that's gonna be on the bottom. The red onion is gonna soak it up right there. So, here we go. That's pretty much the color we want.
Yes.
Okay, not too brown, not too dry. Again, if you create a crust, that means dry. Okay, it can be very, very chewy and inedible. So you go with the time here.
Okay.
No rush. You're home, you're doing the chicken torta. Who cares? Really?
So just a light color, just
Yeah.
a little bit of texture, but
Yeah, and something every day.
Every day. And you see, that's the fond I was talking about.
Yeah.
From the chicken. Okay, so everything's gonna be very flavorful based on the fond. Okay? Again, you don't need chicken stock, you don't need any of that stuff, just get the flavor from the chicken itself.
That feels good.
I know, right?
Okay.
Guys, the chicken is done.
Chicken's done.
So, we're gonna set it aside. Right here, Byron, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Byron.
Welcome, anytime.
So, Chris, where are those beautiful red onions?
They are here.
Look, that's the fond I was looking for. Okay, that's what I call gold. You see the fat? I didn't put that much fat. The chicken actually absorbs some of it. Okay, so it's like nice and clean. And we use olive oil, so it's pretty healthy, right? Okay.
Get out of there, man. He's trying to jump in the party.
So, on this one, because I already have the heat on, okay? If I turn it on again, something funny might happen, okay?
Oh, so okay, that's something new. Turn it off.
Yeah?
The heat's there
Because we're
already.
using the leftover heat. On those onions, now I can actually turn it on. It was high,
Okay.
so I'm just gonna put it on low.
Okay.
I like to add just a little salt, maybe just a little pepper. And guys, you know at this point what we can do?
What can we do?
I'm just gonna add the secret ingredient.
Is that water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna deglaze with a little bit of water. At this point, I can turn it on a high.
Now you know what one of our secret ingredients that we put in all of our onions? Taco seasoning.
Taco seasoning.
Most people would think, what?
Oh, is it?
I swear.
Oh, that's it? Okay, let's go taco seasoning.
I swear, trust us. I don't know why. It's something in them taco seasonings.
Okay,
There we go.
I stick to the plan.
See, on the bottom of the pan is clean. So I'm transitioning from the onions to the beans.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Just a touch.
Never work with two silly guys like this. They make me laugh. They make me laugh.
But you know what? That's gonna transfer into the food.
That's
I
it.
used to make you laugh back in the culinary day, because, man, I used to have meltdowns. I
Oh,
remember.
shoot.
He was a great teacher.
We laugh so much.
Yes, we did. Yes, we. Okay, now I'm going to take the beans. We're going to just heat them through, because they're already cooked. So we're going to just heat them up and add a little bit of flavor into it. The beans are ready.
Oh, nice.
Onions are almost done.
Okay.
Chicken is doing its thing.
So, next part is
Assembly.
pico de gallo.
Pico de gallo.
I'm trying to rush the process.
This is like a loaded torta. Okay, you have meat, you have guacamole, you have beans, you have pico de gallo, you have lettuce, you have the nice bolio bread. This is Byron's favorite bread, and it
Yes.
actually made me a fan of this bread.
Yes, it is.
And
Crisp on the outside, tender on the inside, man. I love this bread.
So me and Chris suggested that, you know, in the kitchen you save any flavor that you can. So instead of washing the pan and do all that blah blah blah, we're just gonna melt a little bit of butter in the pan. Oh, I like that bread.
it's a nice thick consistency.
So, as you see, we're gonna let that melt, but at a point where it melt. We don't want a brown butter here. That's the whole key. You don't want the butter to burn.
All right, folks, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed Chef Zadi, the Boykin Brothers, our nice North African torta, but now it's called a North African burger. Chef Zadi named it. So if you're in the LA area, visit his restaurant, Revolutionario North African Tacos by USC. You can get all the information down below. Hit them up. You will not be disappointed. You can follow us on social media at Boykin Bros. You can email us at boykinbros@gmail.com. And you can find this recipe, along with their others, at melovefood.com.
Yeah.
We will see you next time. We have more summer recipes like this one.
Yes,
You can
sir.
have your beer and your Corona.
Yeah.
And we are out.